You ever notice how reality sometimes feels like a group project where your brain forgot to read the brief? Crazy things that sound fake, but aren't, lives in that exact neighborhood. The one where jellyfish casually respawn, your ears believe your eyes, and your sleeping mind plays thunder sound effects for no reason. Are these glitches or features? Hard to say, but if the universe is patching itself, these are the funniest patch notes. Let's get right into it. Number 8, exploding head syndrome. No, your skull is not going to pop like a party balloon. This is a sleep quirk where, as you're nodding off or barely waking, your brain drops a jump scare audio track. Bang. Like a slammed door, a cymbal crash, or a light bulb popping. There's no pain, no actual noise, and nothing broke. It's all internal, your auditory system doing improv. Imagine your nervous system as an overcaffeinated night security guard. Most nights, it waves you into sleep town. Lights dim, muscles relax, brain logs off. But occasionally the guard panics, slaps the red alarm button, and your head cinema plays, thunder at volume 100. Scientists think it's a glitch in the brain's sensory handoff, where networks that power down during sleep desynchronize for a second and fire phantom noise. Stress, irregular sleep, and fatigue make the guard twitchier, which makes the jump scare more likely. The best part? It's harmless. Your ears are fine, your brain isn't exploding, and you don't need to sprint around the apartment like you just heard a burglar made of cymbals. Grounding works. Slow breaths, longer exhale than inhale, maybe a consistent bedtime so your system stops doom DJing at 3 a.m. also. Reassurance matters. Knowing it's a known phenomenon usually lowers the "is my head a firework" anxiety loop. Basically, it's your internal windows shutting down with the world's loudest click. Not great for beauty sleep. Fantastic for your story about why you're late to brunch. Number 7, the lip-reading illusion, also known as the McGurk effect, where your eyes crash your hearing party and start mixing the audio without permission. Picture this. A video shows a person clearly mouthing "fa," but the audio track actually says "ba." Your brain, ever the overconfident friend, fuses what it sees and hears and tells you the word was "da." You literally hear something that no microphone in the world recorded. Why? Your brain is a prediction machine, not a tape recorder. In everyday speech, visual cues boost comprehension. Lip shape, jaw movement, even tiny facial pulses help your auditory cortex disambiguate the mushy, messy stream of syllables. So the system weights the visuals heavily. When the signals conflict, your brain doesn't throw out one source, it averages them into a best guess. That guess becomes your conscious audio experience. Test it on yourself. Find a McGurk demo, watch the lips, and listen. Now close your eyes or look away, the audio flips back to what's actually there. You didn't just think you heard something different, your perception changed. It's the same reason video calls with lag feel brain melting. Your prediction engine is frantically reconciling late visuals with early audio like a DJ trying to beat match two off-tempo tracks. The punchline: your ears don't live alone. They pay rent to your eyes, your expectations, and your past experience. It's humbling. Also, slightly unfair to your headphones, which have been faithfully delivering the correct sound this whole time while your visual cortex freeloads on the credit. Your perception is a group chat, and the loudest friend is off in your eyes. Number 6, Immortal Jellyfish. If you've ever wanted a new Game Plus button for life, a tiny sea creature already has it. Turritopsis doanae, a jellyfish the size of your pinky nail, can pull a reverse age card. When stressed by injury, hunger, or environmental drama, it doesn't just heal, it reverts its body back to an earlier life stage. It's like a butterfly deciding, nope, chrysalis time again, and actually doing it. Here's the loop. Jellyfish usually go from a free-swimming medusa to reproducing, and that's the arc. But this one can transdifferentiate. Its cells switch roles and reorganize, turning the adult back into a baby-like polyp attached to a surface. From there, it clones into new medusae, like a biological save point. It's cellular improvisation on hard mode. Heart cells becoming nervish cells becoming something else, and the entire creature rolling back the clock as if life had an undo button. Is it truly immortal? biologists hedge. In the lab, it can cycle repeatedly, which is wild. In the ocean, it still faces predators, disease, and the general chaos of being squishy. So, Immortal is more capable of age reversal than can't be defeated. But the principles it flaunts, reprogramming cell identity, resetting developmental timers, are catnip for scientists studying regeneration and aging. Think less vampire, more factory reset. The irony is delicious. The animal with perhaps the coolest anti-aging trick is a tiny, transparent wobble blob minding its business under a dock. No gold serum, no miracle superfood, just extreme cellular flexibility and the world's most audacious control plus C. Your skincare routine, sunscreen and moisturizer, its skincare routine, become a baby again. Cool, cool, cool. Number 5, phantom vibrations. You're minding your business when your pocket does a tiny BZZ. You reach for your phone like a trained meerkat and absolutely nothing. No text, no notification. Just your nervous system cosplaying as a smartphone motor. This isn't you going crazy. It's your attention system running a prediction so aggressively that it mistakes random sensations, fabric shift, muscle twitch, wind for a buzz. Think of your brain like a nightclub bouncer with a very strict guest list labeled phone alerts. The bouncer's job is to spot VIPs, but the music's loud, the lights are trash, and a lot of people look like they might be the VIP. So the bouncer overaccepts. In psychology terms, that's signal detection. When you care a lot about catching a signal, you tolerate more false alarms. Add habits, constant microchecks, haptic notifications, a smartwatch tapping your wrist, and you train your sensory cortex to give weight to any buzz-adjacent input. Your brain would rather be wrong a lot than miss the one message that actually matters. Stress and expectation turn the volume up. If you're waiting for news, your internal radar sweeps faster. If you've just switched to a phone with stronger vibration, your body map recalibrates and misfires during the learning phase. Even posture plays a part. Compressed nerves around the thigh can produce tingles that your prediction-happy system tags as probably a DM. Does it stop? Usually when your habits change. Turning haptics down, batching notifications, parking your phone out of pocket range, all nudge your brain to raise the threshold again. The punchline, the vibration wasn't fake. Your interpretation was. Basically, your sensory system is an overeager intern who keeps forwarding junk mail just in case. Thanks, intern, please stop. Number 4, frequency illusion, also called the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, where you learn something once and suddenly it's everywhere. You hear a new word at lunch, and by dinner the universe is apparently sponsored by that word. Did reality update? Not really. Your attention did. Two forces team up. Selective attention, you're now tuned to notice the thing, and confirmation bias, you remember the hits and ignore the misses. Your perception says surge. The stats say same. Picture buying a blue scooter. 5 minutes later, the city looks like a blue scooter convention. Those scooters were always there. Your brain just promoted blue scooter from background extra to main character. The modern twist. Algorithms amplify the illusion. Click on one article about bees, and the recommendation machine assumes you are bee person now. It's not a conspiracy, it's math aligning with psychology. You notice more, you click more, the feed serves more, and boom, your inner narrator declares a trend. The effect is sneaky because it feels like evidence. I've seen it 10 times today. Sure, but how many things did you see 1,000 times and not register? Our minds are ruthless editors. They cut boring scenes and replay plot twists. The fix isn't to distrust your senses entirely, it's to be stats literate. Ask, what's the base rate? Did I go looking for this? Would I have noticed it if I didn't care? It's the same reason everyone is suddenly talking about a TV show you just discovered. Translation. Your mental radar pinged, not the population. The punchline, reality didn't get louder, you turned the dial. Number 3, Bird's quantum compass. While you can't remember where you parked at the mall, a robin can migrate thousands of kilometers using a map you can't see. Earth's magnetic field. And here's the part that sounds like sci-fi, but isn't. Evidence suggests the compass involves quantum-scale chemistry in the bird's eyes. Yep, eyes. As in, they may see a faint overlay that tilts with the magnetic field, like a subtle heads-up display for navigation. The leading idea centers on proteins called cryptochromes. When blue light hits these molecules in the retina, it kicks electrons into paired states that are quantum-linked for a split second. Those pairs can flip between configurations that are sensitive to weak magnetic fields. Depending on the field's direction, the reaction products change slightly, which could tweak the brightness of certain parts of the visual field. Translation: the bird's world might get a barely there pattern or tint indicating northish this way. It's not a magnetic sixth sense like a superhero, it's physics whispering into biology's ear. Weird tests back this up. Change the light conditions, the orientation behavior changes. Add weak radio noise at just the right frequencies, and the compass gets confused. The effect isn't guaranteed in every situation, but taken together, it's compelling. Meanwhile, the bird is basically running a cross-continental road trip with a dashboard you'd never notice, and doing it on brain cells the size of breadcrumbs. What do you get out of it? Perspective. You're walking around with 5 senses and a calendar reminder. A European robin has 5 senses plus a quantum chemistry screensaver. So the next time your navigation app reroutes and you mutter about traffic, remember there's a tiny creature that can read the planet's force field with eyeballs. The punchline. Nature didn't just invent a compass, it invented one powered by daylight and quantum weirdness. Humbling. Number 2, thinking arms. Imagine if your left hand could decide to grab a snack without checking with headquarters. That's an octopus. Roughly 2/3 of its neurons don't live in its brain, but in its 8 arms, which is the kind of HR distribution chart that gives managers nightmares. Each arm has local circuits that process touch, taste, and motion on site. The suckers don't just stick, they sample the world. It's like having 8 interns who can shop, cook, and plate the meal while the boss focuses on strategy. This decentralized control lets octopuses do ridiculous things, like one arm exploring a crack, another arm unscrewing a jar, while the central brain plots the next disguise against a rock that looks suspiciously like yesterday's rock. When an arm finds something interesting, it can initiate complex movements without micromanagement from the center. The main brain still matters. It sets goals, integrates information, and chooses the what. But the arms handle a lot of the how, improvising the path moment by moment using tactile maps and chemistry cues. It gets weirder. The arms can inhibit each other so they don't all dogpile the same sardine, and they can learn from experience. An arm gets better at certain grasps with practice, like you doing speed tying on shoelaces. Distributed intelligence like this comes with perks: more parallel processing, faster local decisions, and graceful failure. If one arm's busy or injured, the others adapt. Your laptop crashes, their arm network reroutes. It's the biological version of cloud computing, except the cloud is squishy, and it wants crabs. The punchline? The octopus isn't a brain with 8 arms, it's 8 arms with a brain attached. If humans operated like that, your right sleeve would already be making coffee while you're still deciding whether you deserve coffee. Honestly, that sounds efficient, and a little terrifying for kitchen safety. Number 1, save over memory. Your memory feels like a hard drive. It's actually a Google Doc with edit access on for emotions, context, and whatever you think happened. When you recall a memory, you don't pull a perfect file, you rebuild it on the fly, using fragments plus your current mood and expectations. Then you hit save, and the edited version overwrites the original. It's called reconsolidation, and it's the reason your crystal clear memory from years ago might be 20% facts, 80% fanfiction. Here's the workflow inside your head. Cue triggers retrieval, the memory becomes flexible for a short window, and your brain updates it with any new info that seems relevant. That's great for learning. Oh, this street is one way now, but it also means your stories can drift. Hear a persuasive retelling, see a photo you think you remember, have a big emotional reaction, and those details sneak into the next save. Flashbulb memories feel vivid. I remember exactly where I was. But vivid does not equal accurate. It mostly equals high-definition confidence. This is why eyewitness testimonies can clash without anyone lying. They're narrating sincerely from slightly different edited files. It's also why your past self keeps getting smarter or cooler every time you tell a story at dinner. Your brain's a good storyteller and a mediocre archivist. Want a cleaner record? Jot notes quickly after events, label photos with dates and places, and beware of leading questions like, "You saw the blue jacket, right?" Your brain wants to please, it will retrofit. The punchline: your memory is less museum and more remix studio. Every playback is a new mixdown, and your internal DJ loves to punch up the chorus. Comforting and chaotic all at once. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.